how the heck is this gonna come together? We have scrambled eggs with celery inside. We got steamed eggplant that has been flattened out, and we got salad, and we got pork, and we got shrimp. Filipino cuisine is so interesting in that way. Like, what is even that? Just know it's about to be delicious. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cookin' with Tea. It is Filipino American History Month, Fil-Am month, and me being a Fil-Am queenie, we're gonna be making one of my favorite Filipino dishes of all time, which is Tortang Talong. It is a eggplant omelet, egg on egg. I don't know the history behind it, but it's so delicious. Typically growing up, I ate it vegetarian, but Filipinos love pork and we love shrimp. So we're gonna do it with the little bad boy and hipon, and the recipe is gonna be down below in the deets. Let's get into it. So first things first, we want to cook our eggplants, okay? We're gonna char these until they're black on the outside, and then we're going to steam them with a little plastic wrap and peel them. While that's working, we're gonna get into our protein. We're gonna cook some pork and some shrimp down in a pan, and then we're gonna build our vinegar, cucumber, tomato salad, because you know the vibes. Don't mind my dishwasher, all right? First things first, let's char these eggplants. As I was shopping for eggplants, I was like, I want the skinny long ones or a fairy tale eggplant, but you know, they're very seasonal. So I found these and I think they're great. What I'm gonna do is actually cut these in half. So this will give us about 4 portions. I got a knife in my hand. We're gonna prick the eggplant just a little bit so that it doesn't explode while we char it. That's 1. Obviously, don't be a savage like me. If you're not used to messing with knives, I don't think this is smart. Use a fork. All of mine are in the dishwasher. That's why it's on, because nothing's clean. So, stabby stab. And then we're gonna turn the heat on high, very much high. All right, y'all? We're also gonna keep a bowl on standby, so once the eggplants are charred, we're gonna pop them in the bowl, and then we're gonna wrap them in plastic or cover them with a sheet tray or something like that to kind of trap the steam in, so it helps when peeling the char skin off the eggplant. Now that that's working, we're gonna go back to our cutting board and we're gonna get chopping our shrimp. That smells so good. Like the charred skin on the eggplant is going absolutely insane right now. We're taking our shrimp and we are straining the water out because they've been rinsed, obviously. With something like this, you could totally use a smaller shrimp. It doesn't need to be jumbo shrimp. Because we're gonna chop it down. You could actually throw it in a robo coop if you wanna pull it out and clean it, but I don't. So I'm gonna take some shrimp, and I'm actually going to chop this up and pop it with our pork because it's all gonna get cooked down together. I told you it was going down over here, all right? That's the dishwasher. I absolutely love Tortang Talong. Like, it is a breakfast dish, but it's also a brunch dish, and it's also dinner. I find that Filipino cuisine is something that you could eat all day long. Like silo, we love that. We love rice, we love egg. We literally eat egg with every freaking meal if we could. Boiled, fried, in this torta, if you will. And I absolutely love this. Sometimes my Lola makes it with turkey. I've actually had her make it with turkey and I love it. But there's nothing like the classic egg with a little banana ketchup, and the colors are gonna go crazy because you know your girl loves colors. Everything we do is vibrant, okay? Everything we do. So being a Filipino American to me means trying to push a narrative forward, holding on to the legacy, and passing recipes down for the generations to come. I find that being a first-gen Filipino American at that, you know, certain things get lost in translation. I wish I spoke more Tagalog. When I was in the Philippines recently, I was like, I wish I never was such a stubborn kid. My mom and my Lola used to try to teach me to speak Tagalog as a kid, but being like the spoiled brat that I am, like, I was just like, I don't want to learn. I just want to speak English. and them just being like, all right, they kind of just like stopped teaching me. So I feel like cooking and recipes are something that I can teach and give to my kids, and hopefully their kids will learn how to cook traditional Filipino recipes as well as modern Filipino recipes. Although I'm trying my best to learn a little bit more Tagalog these days. We're just gonna go ahead and chop the shrimp. I wanna go like 2-to-1 on the ratio of my pork to shrimp. So I wanna say 1/2 pound of shrimp to 1 pound of pork. And that is perfect to me. I'm gonna pop it in with our pork bowl. I just wanna check them out because it smells really good. It's nice and black on this side. As you can see, the peel's kind of like coming off. You wanna make sure it's like that all around. So if you gotta rotate it, flip it upside down, you gotta do what you gotta do. Make sure it's charred, okay? Take your time on that part. Low and slow. A lot of Filipino cooking is actually low and slow. Lots of breezes, lots of slow island time things, I think. I think that also plays a part into Filipino recipes, you know, because we're always on that island time vibe. So, of course, no Filipino cuisine is a Filipino cuisine without garlic. All right, we bleed garlic. Like if you didn't come home and go to school smelling like a little garlic or vinegar from your breakfast. Literally vinegar all day, all night, all day, all night. We're gonna just slice our garlic. We're gonna use some of this in our actual pork and our shrimp, but the remaining garlic is gonna go into our garlic fried rice, which we all know and we all love. I actually haven't got a chance to talk to y'all about this yet. As you know, I just spent some time in the Philippines earlier this year. If you haven't tapped into it yet, it is on my channel under the Travel with Tea playlist. And my recent trip to the Philippines was fantastic. I feel like I learned so much more about myself. I learned so much more about my family, my history, about Filipino food in general, about the islands, about the regions. And I can't wait to go back. I am like, yeah, like I literally can't wait. I can't wait to go back and bring Soulfil back to the Philippines, potentially different regions, potentially regions that my family migrated from, you know what I mean? Like Batangas, like I didn't realize, I thought my family just was like born and raised in Manila, but I learned so much about my family tree and my history and how we migrated to Manila, you know? And I think that that's so dope. I can't wait to go back. There's so much culture and like richness in the history of Filipinos. And I feel like being a Filipino American, there has been things that have gotten diluted, but I feel like our generation and my siblings and my friends that are also Filipino American, I feel like it's kind of our due diligence to continue to rep for our ancestors and like where our people come from. And it also makes me want to explore a lot more of like my dad's side of the family, like the southern side. Now I really want to do a deep dive and go down south and like visit Alabama and like unpack more stuff there. And at the end of the day, it only makes me like a better creative. It makes me more aware. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I feel like I'm grateful for those experiences. You know, I'm grateful that I get to travel and be with my family. It's a beautiful thing. That being said, when it comes to the evolution of my recipe for Tortang Talong, typically this dish is just made with a little bit of egg, maybe some soy sauce, maybe a little patis, and eggplant. That's it. I feel like Filipino cuisine has been curated off of scarcity, off of make-do cooking, off of poverty. So a lot of the ingredients in dishes are very simple and very minimal, but we're turning a leaf and things are abundant around here. So I want to spruce this up a little bit. I have some garlic, I have some ginger, some shallots, Thai chili for some spice. I actually also have some malunggay leaves that I had And I wanted to use, I think this is gonna be really nice in there. And then pork and shrimp. And then we have some cucumber and red onions, as well as some chili for the salad that's gonna go on top. Our little Filipino vinegar salad that we love, right? All right, let's not get too meticulous on my garlic. It'll be okay. I don't think anything about Filipino cuisine is meticulous. Eggplant is a very dense vegetable, so it's gonna take a while to kind of char and release the skins. So just keep an eye out for it. I'm gonna rotate it, make sure every piece of eggplant is getting some love. You know? All right, next. One of the condiments that was always at my Lola's house on the table was a cucumber tomato vinegar salad. A lot of Filipino cuisine is based off acidity because there's a lot of fatty elements in our cuisine as well. Lots of pork, lots of fried goods. So the vinegar naturally kind of helps cut those fried high fatty foods, but the Philippines is very hot. Not very many regions have refrigeration or access to refrigerations in ice chests. So what they did back then was preserve a lot of our food with either soy sauce or vinegar. So that being said, we're gonna get into our cucumber salad. Cucumber and tomato salad. Don't mind my garlicky knife. I mean, we've all had somebody's Lola or mom literally take this exact knife and cut a watermelon and give it to you. Hey, would you like some fruit? Pineapple, just straight garlic, like, oh my God, I think that's a universal experience. Like, what? This is the exact knife they took too. All right, so we're gonna slice the garlic. The cucumber. Slice the cukes. I'm already doing it. Rounds are okay. I'm not overstimulated with the vacuum and the dishwasher going at the same time. What are you talking about? Okay, cucumbers, cumbercues, and tomatoes. We have some beautiful sun gold tomatoes here as well. I'm just going to cut the sun golds in half and pop them in with our cucumbers. When I was a kid, I used to watch my mom eat this, just straight vinegar tomato salad with fresh cracked pepper, and I would be like, that is nasty. So gross. But as I got older, I just understood it. I totally get it. Like, it's like you can't not have it at the dinner table. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just freaking bomb. So we're also gonna take a little bit of red onion. Slice very thinly some onion. Very thinly. Little slices like this. So many noises. Help! Typically, there's cucumber, tomato, vinegar, garlic, fresh cracked pepper, right? That's the staple. Around here though, I'm not gonna lie, you know, as a chef, you know me, I'm not gonna just throw a little white vinegar up in here. We're actually going to mix this with a little coconut vinegar, because we love coconut, and flavor. I'm also gonna add a little bit of cane vinegar as well. It is a little on the sweeter side, and I think that eating the cucumber salad as a child, there wasn't enough sweet. It was just straight white vinegar. That's how my Lola used to make it. I'd be like, oh my God, this is terrifying. Just kidding. Love you, Lola. It was delicious. It was great. But obviously I have the cane vinegar and the coconut vinegar, and then fresh cracked pepper. Of course. Lots of it too, like so much pepper. Oh my God, them eggplants look and smell amazing. They're legitimately almost done. We're gonna toss the salad. And to me, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous as it is. That's great. I almost want to throw in a little chili, a little Thai chili, I think. I'm gonna throw a few Thai chilies. Nothing crazy. You know, decent spice. Decent amount of spice, just like that. And we're gonna set this aside. Beautiful. Beautiful. I actually am also gonna cut this yellow chili. This yellow chili is one of the chilies my Lola uses in her sinigang. So I saw this at the market and I was like, I have to add this into my talong when I cook out my garlic and my ginger. So we're just gonna do a little slicey, and of course, a little dice. I think it's about time for me to take my eggplant off the fire. So this is a great pace that we're at right now. This chili is very mild. It's almost reading like a bell pepper, slightly. Little yellow pepper, yellow chili in there. All right, y'all. I think now's a good time to head over to the stove, check out our eggplant, and get our pork and our shrimp, or our baboy and our hipon cooking. All right, y'all, so our eggplants look pretty great to me. We're gonna give them a few more moments, but while we're doing that, we're gonna turn on our heat and get our proteins cooking. So in translation, for Tortang Talong, talong is pretty much eggplant. And when I think of tortong or torta, I think of egg, and I think of the Spanish torta, egg dish. Obviously, the Philippines was conquered by the Spaniards, so there's a lot of Spanish words and influence, and that pretty much translates and breaks down into the dish that we're making. So we have this getting a little hot. Of course, I got infused garlic shallot oil that I cook everything in. So we're gonna go a little oil here. Our eggplants look fantastic, not gonna lie. This one is ready to come off. I'm gonna pop it into this bowl here. And pop this into the bowl. And then I'm gonna cover it. You could cover it with some plastic wrap, but I'm gonna use a little plate. So we got a little shallot that we're gonna add into our pan here. How fast that got hot. Wow, that's a pan. A little ginger. The chili that I mentioned, we're gonna go all of that. And then a decent amount of garlic. Gorgeous. Smells so good already. Smells delicious. Yes, I love this. Add a little bit more, a little bit more oil. Quite a little bit. I'm gonna do some out. A little salt. Kind of let the aromatics do what they gotta do, but I don't wanna cook them out too much before adding our proteins. So I'm gonna go grab the pork. Oh my God, that smells so good. Now we're going to add in our shrimp and our pork. Shrimp and pork. Very affordable proteins. Very delicious proteins. Remember, Philippines, we love affordable, we love delicious. I'm gonna let this cook out and do its thing, and then we'll season it. We'll let this pork render, we'll let the shrimp cook. Yum. Gorgeous. Kind of want to break the pork up as much as you possibly can. Obviously, we're gonna cook this down for a little bit longer, and we'll continue to break it down, but might as well help aid in an even cooking. I think right now is a great time to add in some of our liquid seasonings. Of course, fish sauce. Hello, duh. And then some soy sauce as well. Yummy. So a lot of our salt seasoning aids come from soy sauce and fish sauce and those kind of vibes. So we're gonna cook this down in our fish sauce and soy sauce. Wow, that smells so good. It's the fish sauce for me. It's the fish sauce for me. So we're gonna let this cook down and we will get to peeling and prepping our eggplant. Ooh, this bowl is hot. Ooh, she's steamy, she's dreamy. Yeah. Just like that. Steam for a little bit. And I mean, we're gonna peel our eggplant one at a time. We could let this one hang. So as you can see, the peel is literally screaming to be peeled. It's coming back from the flesh of this fruit or vegetable. Here we go again. What is this? It's a nightshade. So we're gonna pull the peel back and very carefully, you know, if it's too hot, you know, give yourself some time, give yourself some grace. It is a little bit easier to peel once it's hot though. So you wanna take this skin off. Oopsies. Oh my God, it smells so good though. Nothing like charred eggplant. Like I love charred eggplant. I love a good baba ganoush too. Like that's a vibe. We love baba ganoush. Okay, next, last but not least, our last eggplant. And then we're going to, For the most part, our eggplant is semi-cooked. We're gonna cut this in half and try to keep the integrity of the stem because the stem is what's gonna hold this omelet together at the top. So we have our eggplant and boop, boop, boop. Beautiful. For the fun part now, we have our eggplant. We're actually going to flatten the eggplant out like this a little bit. You want to keep the eggplant integrity, but you want to flatten it out. You can use a plate. A plate with a lip like this also is quite perfect. It's okay if you break your eggplant up a little bit because it's gonna get masked in egg. So you just go something like this. She's perfect like that. And then we're actually going to take some eggs and we're going to scramble the eggs with a little bit of slurry. Slurry is not a super traditional technique when doing this, but I do find that it adds a nice crispness to the egg versus it being soggy. Although it's supposed to be a little soggy, it's supposed to read like that. Obviously, the eggplant is extremely wet and the egg is extremely wet, but I find that when I add the slurry into it, it just adds for more texture. So we love that. So I'm gonna go ahead, scramble our little eggies. Yes. I'm also gonna turn my pan on because we're about to cook this. I'm gonna add a little water to this cornstarch mixture, which is a slurry. If you guys didn't know, it's 1-to-1 water to cornstarch. It's a thickening agent and it also helps with texture. So I'm gonna add a little bit into the egg. Perfection, perfection. Now for the fun part. You're like, how the heck is this gonna come together? We have scrambled eggs with slurry inside. We got steamed eggplant that has been flattened out, and we got salad, and we got pork, and we got shrimp. Filipino cuisine is so interesting in that way. Like, what is even that? Just know it's about to be delicious, okay? So we have some egg, and I'm gonna add it to the plate, just a little bit. Just a little. This is actually gonna help aid in sliding the eggplant off the plate. Because you know, we did smush it to the plate. So it needs to kind of glide off. So try to get the egg under the eggplant. You wanna make sure that the eggplant is able to slide off and it's moving something like this. That means there's egg at the bottom and it has room to jiggle and dance. In this pan here, our heat is like a medium and we're gonna add that garlic shallot oil into the vibe. And we're gonna taste this. It smells like fish sauce heaven in here. I could eat just that with a bowl of rice. So good. All right. Okay, so eggplant is ready to slide, ready to glide. Go ahead and slice that like that. We'll slide. Ooh, crank this heat a bit. For the fun part, have a spoon. Typically, like I said earlier, a lot of the times it's served just as an omelet with the egg itself, but I am greedy. I'm just kidding. I love pork and I love shrimp, so I'm gonna go ahead and stuff this with a little pork and shrimp. Just like that. You can kind of like nestle it in with your spoon. And then we're gonna take some malunggay leaves and we're going to add them right onto top of our pork, like that. And then we're gonna cover this with some egg. Oh yeah. Totally clean up the edges of the omelet, just like this. Honestly, I'm like, do we even need rice with this? I don't think I need to. I think it's kind of like cool on its own with the salad. Sliding, it's gliding. So I think some of the egg sliding and running away looks really nice like this actually. So I'm gonna let it do its thing. I feel like this also get really nice and crispy around the edges. And yeah. We really, where's my camera? This actually looks too cool. So we're gonna take 2 spatulas, or 1, or you could just flip it. I don't know how dangerous that is though. I live on the edge, so we're gonna do a little flippy. Yeah. Just once on this side, like really, really quickly, right? When you present this, I feel like it's nice to flip it. And another thing that's obviously very similar in Spanish tortilla or torta is that they take a plate and they flip it for presentation. So it's very much similar in that way. But pray with me that I don't burn myself. I did it. Oh, it's to the, it's not in the middle, but that's it. And we do that a few more times. Don't mind what's happening behind me, okay? Let's focus in on this. Let's focus in on this. I have my cameras ready because this is stunning, okay? We have beautiful cucumber salad. I really don't even want to like, originally I wanted to plate it on top, but I don't want to anymore. I think it should be on the side. Very much giving Tita's house, which we love. A little vinegar salad. I have so many scallion curls, y'all. So I don't even want to cover this with anything. I'm just so proud of how it turned out. Literally. And of course I have some flowers because this reminds me of my Lola. So I definitely want to give her her flowers and honor the recipes and memories that she passes down through food that I am doing myself, but I would love to be that person in my family's life one day. So there's that. Y'all, I'm so proud of how this looks. I feel like I'm gonna be even more proud of how it tastes, okay? Let's get into, oh my gosh. I'm literally salivating. The egg. I mean, flowers are edible, might as well. So savory. The eggplant is like literally melts in your mouth. You don't even have to chew it. That's how tender it is. The smokiness from the eggplant. I really like that the pork and the shrimp add some like chewy texture to it, or else I feel like it could be a little bit too one-dimensional, I feel like. Let's get a little bit of that cucumber salad with some tomato. Oh yeah. That took me right back to my Lola's house. Straight cucumber vinegar pepper. Are you kidding me? Just so good. It definitely needs the salad. It needs that fresh, vibrantness. And I feel like that's why this cucumber salad is literally a staple in any Filipino household. Oh, so is this. So is the banana ketchup, y'all. This is my favorite. Little banana ketchup, rice, talong. Oh my God. This is what sends it to the next level. Seriously. It's the ketchup. It's the banana ketchup. Y'all, I'm floored. It's so nostalgic. It's so comforting. So meaty. So delicious. I can't wait to cook the other food that I have. The recipe is gonna be down below in the deets. And until next time, peace, love, and blessings. Oh, that was a chili. That was a chili. It needs it though.